Back at Woodland Bowl, you see two of our PBA League owners, Terrell Owens of the Dallas Strikers on the left, Billie Jean King of the New York City WTT Kingpins, and they'll be bowling, their teams will be actually, for the Elias Cup. And that is next Sunday, the Elias Cup Finals, the championship matches in the inaugural PBA League season next Sunday at 1 on ESPN, also live on Watch ESPN. Pete Weber, the top seed here today, his team, the Kingpins, the top seed in that stepladder final next week. It was at the Tournament of Champions 20 years ago that George Brandon III became the first African-American to win a PBA major. He bowled the final match against Parker Bone III and came away with a big-time victory, Randy.
Well, I grew up bowling juniors with George back when we were teenagers. We roomed on tour together. I actually went out and worked on George's game about 3 or 4 weeks prior to this tournament. Parker leads the Stone 6, and my good buddy and good friend George Brandon III captures his first major.
He won 5 PBA titles and nearly $750,000. And there is George in the house from Indianapolis. Next to him, another great PBA player, Mike Albee. And you want to talk PBA greats? We are thrilled to be joined by Nelson Burton Jr. Bo, I tell you, it's been a long time I've been watching you, and I'm thrilled to have you back in the PBA booth.
Thank you, Lon. It's great to be back here, and it's a great tournament, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Randy, you ever thought you worked next to real greatness? I'm just...
Well, you know, Bo and I are both Floridians, and we've done a lot of exhibitions together. I've done a lot of work with Bo, and so it's like we're brothers. I mean, it's always great to see Bo. He's like a breath of fresh air.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Randy.
And we've got him here for a terrific stepladder final. Tommy Jones just coming up with a 217-189 victory over Palermo, and now Jones with the right to face our defending champion, number 3 seed, Sean Rash. And this should be a lot of fun, a lot of power in the early part of the stepladder. And Randy, any surprises so far? We had some thoughts about this pattern being torn up early on. Is it coming to fruition?
Not yet. It's slowly going in that direction. This match is going to tell a lot based on where Sean Rash is going to play. The players are just going to continue to migrate in, and we'll see how long the oil pattern holds up.
Bo, your observations so far after that first match, and let's focus in on TJ, Tommy Jones.
Well, these two players, Lon, I feel are the two best wrist players in professional sports bowling today, and that's what I teach. That's what the old players teach. It's the wrist that adds the power. Watch Tommy Jones as he releases that ball. It's as pure as can be, Randy.
Yeah, it really is. He really snaps that wrist open at the bottom of the swing. Again, it doesn't hurt that he's a pretty good athlete as well and keeps himself in great shape.
Great high school baseball shortstop and pitcher opening up match number 2 in a big way.
They made a ball change there, Bo. It looks like he moved in a little bit, starting to create a little more angle.
You're right, Randy. And also you can recognize when a player has won the first match, it's amazing how they relax and they wait for the ball and they throw a good shot.
The number 3 seed is a 6-time PBA Tour champion, defending Tournament of Champions winner and reigning PBA Player of the Year from Montgomery, Illinois, Sean Rash.
We talked about what a good TV player Tommy Jones is for Sean Rash. 22-16 overall in TV title matches. He's 5-4. He's already made 4 other TV finals this season. 1 second, 3/3.
He also won in Kuwait, where he beat Mika Koivuniemi. Sean has done a lot of really good bowling the last 3 or 4 years, and he finally got off the schneid last year when he won the TSC. I know that was a big boost for him mentally, and it also helped him capture his first Player of the Year honors, Bo.
And important spare right in the first frame, even though he's a little bit nervous. And something to watch for with Sean Rash. As I watch the show at home and I can see it, Randy, when Sean Rash has a long follow-through and posts it, he is almost unbeatable. Let's watch what he does during this match.
Rash, one of the more fidgety players on tour right now. Can be easily distracted.
Watch the follow-through.
Using a C-System Versamax.
Working on a spare. Rash finds success pace on that left side. Something Palermo could not do.
And real consistent throughout this entire tournament. Sean was never out of the top 5 throughout the entire week.
Sean's wife, Sarah, due to give birth to the couple's first child August 27th, the day after their wedding anniversary. Jones working on a strike in the first, and momentum from that victory in match number 1 against Palermo. And that is trouble for Tommy Jones.
This ball looks like it's left the whole way. It never gets far enough to the right. Tommy knew it as soon as he let go of it. Tommy's going to try to get his ball to the right side of the 3-pin. The ball will take out the 3-6-10. He's going to throw the 3 over into the 4-7.
Bo, you can't just throw 2 balls down there, can you?
Actually, a good player like him, he has a good chance of making this.
There. He was going to need a big kick. And Tommy Jones with an open frame.
And the one thing you don't want to do against Sean Rash is give him hope. You know, you want to keep the pressure on him constantly. An open frame loosens Sean Rash's swing up, loosens him up mentally, and then he gets even tougher.
Randy, I agree with you, but one thing I don't agree with, and maybe it's old school, is Tommy Jones bowled a good first game. He didn't carry. He was nervous. His follow-through was a little short, but he was hitting the hole. Now he's changing balls. He doesn't know what's happening. I think if he had stayed with that first ball, relaxed, he'd have run over Rash, but he's opened the door.
Down by 14, Tommy Jones. Come back to that open frame. Can he get the kick?
And it's an interesting comment you made, Bud. Now, all he's done is move deeper with a ball that's a little more aggressive and created more angle, but his carry's still bad.
And he's got to wonder where it's going. He's hit light and he's hit high. Let's face it, he's only in the 3rd frame. Sean Rash is over on the bench just salivating.
So, Bo, weigh the factors, the pluses and minuses. Tommy won the first match, but maybe he could have done more. What's playing more in his mind at that point?
Here's what I think is most important, Lon, in a pro bowler. You have to read the pocket. These guys are power players. Sean is a power player too, but he's now relaxed. Tommy Jones knew where the pocket was, and now he's guessing with this ball. He's given Rash, in my opinion, a huge break.
Rash working on a strike. And with his double last season, Sean broke a long winless streak in TV finals while earning his 2nd major, winning the Tournament of Champions 239-205, the victory over his buddy Ryan Simonelli.
Victory long overdue. It also got him his first Player of the Year honors. Sean bowled absolutely brilliantly that day.
Sean had made 14 TV finals without a win before taking down the TOC. And now today here in Indianapolis looking to go back-to-back. 6th career PBA title, as Bo alluded to, came not too long ago at 2-8. 3 in a row for Rash.
Boy, he put the great touch on that. You see how he got it a little right at target, but he had so much hand in it, the ball faced up and entered the 1-3 perfectly.
Randy, you're absolutely right. You see how he waits for it and then rolls his wrist. So many players try to roll their hand over the top of the ball to get a hook, where that's not the proper way. You see the great players like Jones, like Rash, they're lifting through it with tremendous wrist action. That's what makes the pins behave.
A confident-looking Sean Rash now takes a rest. It's Tommy Jones with the heat on him, down 34 in the 4th. Jones doing what he has to do. Keep the pressure on himself. I think he bowls better under pressure.
At this stage in the game, even though we're only through 4 frames, if I'm Tommy Jones, I'm saying to myself, okay, well, Sean's obviously lined up. I have to now throw strikes, and it's got to be all strikes. I've got to get back in this. Striking is the best way to do it. I've got to somehow find a way to string 3, 4, 5 in a row, put the pressure back on Rash, and hope that Rash doesn't strike out or continue to strike.
Absolutely correct, Randy. This is a key shot in the match, even though it's very early.
Tommy Jones is up to the task. I think he recognized exactly what you guys said.
Not yet!
Not yet, Sean Rash. And is it me, or do you think that Sean Rash's hearing is not as good when he's bowling well? He just doesn't know anything that's going around.
Good point there.
And as I say that, he stops because I'm a little loud.
Well, something to watch for Sean Rash, and Randy has pointed out time after time. When he's nervous, he doesn't post his shots, doesn't stay balanced at the foul line, and he cuts his follow-through a little short. Now, sometimes he gets away with it, but sooner or later, he pays the price. Let's see if he can maintain his form on a pressure shot here.
There you go. There you go. There you go. He said it.
At least it wasn't me that distracted him, Lon, okay? It was you.
I'll take that hit.
It's nice to see a player who gets distracted be able to compose himself. You know, we never want to cause a player into a bad, or distract a player into a bad shot. Sean stepped up through a nice shot. He said, "Gotta go," which meant he wanted that ball to hurry up and get to that 1-3 pocket. If that lane was another foot longer, that ball would have been through the nose.
Rash working on a 4-bagger.
No!
5 in a row. That is one driven defending champion. Sean Rash up by 44 against Tommy Jones. It is so difficult to back up a major championship, but Rash is ready for it. No visit to Indianapolis is complete without a stop at the Brickyard and the Hall of Fame Museum at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. You can go way back and see the whole history of the Indy 500 and auto racing when you come to Indianapolis. But right now it is Sean Rash who was raced out to a 44-pin advantage. Rash through 6. Tommy Jones defeated Oscar Palermo 217-189 in the opening match. But Sean Rash in the driver's seat, as I beat that analogy to an inch of its life.
Well taken.
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah, exactly. Jones in the 6th, working on a double.
Needs this one. This is a big shot for Jones to stay in the match.
Who knows what his mission is.
I mean, I think we're at the point where Tommy has to strike out. I mean, even with that 3 in a row, he's still down 34 pins. Sean Rash has no signs of letting up. His former player of the year.
Tommy Jones' arm swing saved him there, Randy. As we could see it from our announce booth here, he lost the ball at the bottom of the swing, but was perfectly on target, so it ended up in the pocket. But I agree with you. He has to think strike every frame one at a time.
Former player of the year taking on the reigning player of the year.
7th frame, Tommy Jones working on a 3-bagger. Give the man 4 in a row. And that look on his face tells me, Bo, that he knows what he's doing right now.
He's an assassin, Lon. I've watched Tommy Jones. He's a quiet guy. I've gone to parties with him. But I tell you what, you give him an opening and he's going to slash your throat. And he's right on Rash right now. They know each other. Rash knows this match is far from over.
And can I just point something out, guys? The oil pattern looks like it's developed into such a manner that I don't think either player is going to miss the pocket the rest of the game.
Good prediction. Let's see what happens, Big Guy.
Sean Rash now trying to stay focused, stay strong. He's been known to crumble late.
And as soon as I say that, Sean goes through the nose. So I'm just going to let you and Lon do the rest of the show, Bo, and I'll be sitting over here if you need me.
Randy, I've always had the announcer's jinx. I could make him miss 10 pins. You can make him miss a strike. That's just part of the business. The spare is no guarantee. 3, 6, 10. Keep the pressure on Jones.
It almost looked like on that first ball that he stood up on it and cut it short, and the ball never pushed right, left to target.
Well, of course, Sean has had trouble getting too excited on the approach. He's finding ways to deal with it, though.
You know, breathing's always been one of the best things in sports, you know, trying to calm the anxiety. and you know, the nerves, but that's just part of sports and part of excitement and part of being in the moment and the spotlight, and it's something I look forward to. You know, how can you not have jitters and have the stomach turning and knowing what's going on? So, you know, if it happens, it happens.
Bo, he got through that shot much better and pushed to the right and faced up and behaved properly.
Well, it's a good lesson to be learned for everybody at home, especially aspiring young bowlers, whether men or women, is watch how these guys have the straight arm swing. That's fine, but how they keep their hand under their ball and use their wrists to put the revolutions on them instead of topping it. That gives you accuracy and power and the ability to duplicate a shot. Right now, the match is up for grabs.
I've always said that the pros work the inside part of the bowling ball, amateurs work the outside.
Very good.
Working on 4 in a row. Tommy Jones trying to fight his way back. Tommy Jones knows things might be slipping out of his grasp now, just when Rash gave him an opportunity.
Well, honest, looked like he's lost the ball at the bottom of the swing a little bit. Anytime you make a ball change, he changed from the first game to the second game, seems to have success with this, but he's not getting out of the ball as clean on his first shot.
It has to be amazingly demoralizing, Bo, for TJ to have an opening, have Rash not strike at a time when you need the strike the most and come up a little short.
Well, the match is not over, as
No.
Randy said. You got Rash going at a 237 pace. TJ can go off the sheet for 233. Anybody can still win this match.
267 for Rash. Just you said 237. Just want to correct.
Going at a 237
Oh, pace. I'm sorry. Yes.
Pace is more than.
I should just let you talk.
It's
And
above
everything you say is
it's
gospel.
above potential.
Hey, Lon, this isn't Bo's first
I know,
rodeo.
I know.
I say that because I care. You know I love you.
Boy, he got quite the mixing action there.
So getting back to the 237 pace, the best Tommy Jones can shoot right now is 233. So, you know, pretty easy math. Sean Rash, spare strike out. He's going to lock up this match, and he will move on to face his arch rival, Jason Belmonte.
Belmo coming off his first major victory at the USBC Masters. Sarah Rash looking on. 10-10.
Randy, you picked it up. He is not getting down underneath the ball like he usually does. He's up tall, and the ball does not drive through as much as it normally does. See him stand up on the shot.
Yep.
The 6 doesn't take out the 10.
But I think this is intentional, though. He went through the nose, looked at the 3-6-10. Tommy went through the nose, looked at the lane like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's broken down that much. And Sean went with loft. He's trying to now delay hook. And when this guy does that, he stands up at the foul line just like all the other players when they start lofting the left gutter cap.
So Rash went 5 in a row, then spare strike, spare.
Rash needs to fill 17 pins in the 10th frame to shut out Tommy Jones.
And he's on his good lane. He hasn't missed on this lane yet.
10th frame, Sean Rash. And he is still perfect on that left side.
And I'm going to go out on a limb once again and make another bold prediction and say that I've got a pretty good feeling that Sean Rash can get at least 7 in 2 balls.
You wouldn't go out on a further limb and say that I could get 7 in 2 balls, though, right?
The only one I recall is Don Janello in 1990 in Los Angeles, needed 7 pins and got 5 and lost the tournament.
It's happened. How about 10? And Sean Rash dispatches of Tommy Jones in match number 2. And he will move on to meet Jason Belmonte. And that will be fun to watch in just a few minutes.
If the players are this deep right now, Pete Weber told us the only thing he can't do is loft the left gutter.
So experimenting with a new ball here, and it works. So Tommy Jones wins match number 2, but taken out by Sean Rash, the 3rd seed. It'll be seeds 2 and 3 going at it here in Indianapolis at the Barbasol Tournament of Champions. You won't want to miss Rash and Belmo.